From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LA Late.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA with incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. The recon is becoming law. It's becoming law in about 7 to 14 days. Here we go. The finish line is in front of us. We'll go over this incredible fourth stimulus recon and all the incredible checks that are in this incredible recon across the board. We'll go over the passage of that recon coming in 7 to 14 days. Here we go. The Senate changes are going on top of that. Then we're going to go over every single check because you're going to pounce as a Purple Hawk and get that money first come, first served before anyone else. It's about $15,000, many checks, multiple checks in this incredible recon. Then we'll be turning to the big money that you can get today to pay your bills. It's Christmas stimulus. It's holiday stimulus. People are cleaning up with $5,000 across the board on this channel in the last few days to get those holiday gifts and more. It's deliciousness that's coming up in this recording. We'll go to that student loan debt forgiveness, the offer on the table for that. We'll be turning to fifth stimulus and the breaking details about that right after that COLA raise. Plus, the Federal Reserve set to announce its FOMC policy for next year. This is the Fed policy to be announced today and tomorrow. I have all the latest breaking details. In a day in which there's big storms in Southern California, expect some connectivity issues with a live stream, but we're going to keep it rocking and rolling as hard as we can, and I'm excited for you. It's a big, bold, beautiful morning. The toast is toast, and the butter is butter, and the copper is brewing, and the recon is getting passed. Here we go. Big checks, lots of checks, and third stimulus paying your money right now for those big holiday gifts. It's incredible details. All that deliciousness starts right here, right now, as Mornings LA kicks up from a very rainy, windy, storm-filled Southern California, starting right now. Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well, and here we go. The recon is becoming law, and it's going to become law in the next 7 to 14 days. You don't want to miss a single video on this channel in the next 14 days, and you'll want to watch it from beginning to end because the Senate changes will be robust, and the number of checks in this recon is a lot of them. It's first come, first serve, and you want to be a Purple Hawk, and get that money before anyone else. It's a lot of it. Meantime, we're going to turn it to the big, bold, beautiful money you can get today to get that Christmas stimulus. It is third stimulus, and viewers are cleaned up. I'm going to show you in the final 5 minutes of this video how to get more of that money. If you've already gotten it, it's yes in the final 5 minutes of this video. Stay to the very end. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest details on that. The latest breaking details of that fifth stimulus and that COLA raise. I've been seeing some of your letters. I'll be answering your questions about that. Plus, the Federal Reserve to announce policies for next year starting today and tomorrow. I have all the latest details on what's happening with that. It's a big, bold, beautiful morning. I'm excited you're here, and I want you to subscribe. So go right on this video right now and hit that subscribe button. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member to the #1 most watched geopolitical news channel in America, LALATE. Become a member today to get that incredible newsletter tonight. And here we go with that incredible recon that pays you a lot of checks, at least 15,000. There is many multiple checks in this recon across 3 clusters and 3 add-ons, and we're going to go over each of them starting right now. Get your pen and paper ready to take notes because this is your big payday on this channel. Let's go over each of those checks, starting with the first cluster that adds up to at least $15,000 across 3 clusters. And they got it in there with the incredible hazard pay and $4,000 of elder care. Wow, they got the CTC in there, $3,600, the $550 for the Pell Grant. Huge for my college students. They got the weather, they got the home repairs if you live in a low-income community. And then they got the first time big money for the purchase of a new electric vehicle. Wow, that is $12,500. Got it in there. The first add-on of 3 add-ons comes from here in Southern California where it's stormy and windy today and likely to cause some outages, hopefully not during this live feed. Let's see, keep our fingers crossed. That first add-on that comes from the illustrious Maxine Waters. She wanted to give you free money for the purchase of your first home. She got it in there, and she wanted $25,000. It's a little bit less. Let's go over that incredible money, how you get it later in this video. But first, let's turn to the next clusters of checks. Wow, they got those in there, which are home repairs and paid leave. They got in there the household tax credit, pre-kindergarten, and also the big money to weatherize your home. It's the holiday season. You need to weatherize it. No, that's winterize your home. You know, if you have a tall, stiff figure staying at the front door, that's not the tin sol. That is not the tin soldier or the nutcracker. That's Joe Manchin. Let's go to the second add-on of checks. And that second add-on of checks is really incredible. It comes from the illustrious Bob Casey. He wanted to get it in there, and he got it in there. $250 billion. He wanted that. He got a little bit less. And what is this? Free home health care for my seniors and people on disabilities. Wow, it's incredible. Let's go to the third cluster of checks. And here we go. Seniors and free internet. Incredible. In this third cluster, a lot of checks. We got in there the immigration reform, the cheaper prescription medication. They got in there the tax breaks, the money for the free internet, the money for the farmers, the money for the independent contractors, and then the money for the seniors, which is the Medicare expansion. The Medicare expansion got two provisions in the House in there, which is the Medicaid gap fix and also the hearing. And then the senators vowed to add three more, which is dental, vision, and lowering the eligibility age of Medicare, which is par for the course of what we're talking about when we're talking about MSC, because MSC is something that the senators vow to add in there. What is an MSC? What does that stand for? It stands for multiple IRS stimulus checks. The reason why we use the word IRS is because there is multiple checks in this recon, lots of them, many checks. But this is an instrument where there would be at least one per month. The legislators started representing this to us back in the month of May. And I said to pick up the phone and advocate, and you did. And then 2 weeks ago, the legislation landed in the Senate. I said to re-advocate, and boy, did you ever. Janet picked up the phone and spoke to Chuck Schumer's office the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and was told it's going in there via Bernie Sanders. Then Donnie and his wife Sharon got confirmation of the same from Ron Wyden's office. Bonnie gained confirmation from Liz Warren's office. Then the advocacy continued and confirmation came in from Tyrell, Chris Coons' office, and the advocacy continued across the board. When they talk about that MSC, what are they talking about? Same eligibility as a third stimulus check is what they intend, they say, in their representation to viewers. Single individual, $75,000 less, got it. Married couple, $150,000 less, got it. Double it. Family of four, got it. Quadruple it. If you know benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, they got it as well. It's not income. It's not taxable. It's offered in all states. It also goes to adult dependents across the board. That's why it's important for you to advocate, because we're now down to the final 7 to 14 days. This becomes a law. Pick up that phone and advocate to those legislators, leaving a voice message at worst, but at best, picking up the phone and speaking to their staffers for its inclusion. That's what they want you to do across the board. The number one guy in this recon, his chief of staff says, pick up the phone and advocate until this becomes a law. Absolutely. And that becoming a law issue is just a few days away. You have delivered big advocacy, and the advocacy needs to continue until we're there. And that advocacy has delivered nearly 8 million phone calls. Here's what the chief of staff to the number one guy in that recon says. They now have a total between congressional and Senate offices receive more contacts of advocacy from the LA Purple Power than the number of signatures in the American petition. Everyone's amazed by the outpouring of touching stories. They have a better understanding of what Americans are going through and how Americans are trying to deal with this pandemic because of you, LA. They have heartbreaking stories in the voice of the people across the nation in you, LA, as you have become too loud to be ignored. Please continue your encouragement for the continued advocacy as a professional voice of the people until this becomes a law. And so who do you advocate to? You want to advocate to those 6 senators who say they want to put it in there. And they are Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. They've told thousands of viewers since the month of May it's going in there, and have retold them again in the last 7 days it's going in there as well. Again, we advocate to Casey, Coons, Warren, Wyden, Sanders, and Schumer. But also give yourself some time to advocate for your wallet, and that is getting third stimulus, Christmas stimulus, holiday stimulus, and it's paying out on average $5,000 to viewers' wallets in the last 2 weeks. You want $5,000? Of course you do. And those incredible programs are still paying out after they paid out about $45,000 early this year. I'm going to show you how to get at least $5,000 in your wallet. And if you've already gotten this Christmas stimulus, I'm going to show you how to get more of it in the final 5 minutes of this video. We'll be turning to that student loan debt forgiveness. We'll be turning to that fifth stimulus and your COLA raise. Meantime, you know what's happening today, which is the big Fed meeting today and tomorrow to determine the policies of the U.S. government going forward. I have all the latest breaking details of what to anticipate in these 2 days of major nail biters. But of course, the big news at hand is that recon is becoming passed. It's going to become a law in the next 7 to 14 days. You cannot miss a video. You cannot miss a day. You cannot miss a minute of a video. You need to watch it from beginning to end, because this is where the big Senate changes are happening, where the big money, I see we're having a connectivity issue right now as anticipated across the board because of the storms. So if I lose connectivity, keep your fingers crossed. Those big checks are going there across the board. Those big, incredible checks would pay you at least $15,000, if not more. I have all those incredible details as we go into the second half. Hopefully, I keep the stream live with you. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as Mornings LALATE continues. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. And the excitement continues right now live from Santa Monica, California, in which we're having big storms right now. So I understand there will be buffering. I understand you'll see some loss of connectivity in the video. Stay with me. We're holding on for dear life, like that server is in the video. Those Senate changes is incredible, recon incredible, and those programs are huge. Biggest payday you ever seen in the history of the channel. Lots of checks, at least $15,000. I'm going to go over each of those checks as that recon is about to become a law. But you need money right now. It's third stimulus. It's holiday stimulus. Yes, and this is the Christmas stimulus you want. I'm going to go over how to get in the second half of this video. Student loan debt forgiveness, the latest details on that. And fifth stimulus, the important details about that. If you can do me a favor, keep on chatting in the live chat as often as you can so I can see your interactivity. I see the stream and the connectivity issue continuing throughout the morning. So I'm certainly aware of it across the board. And with that, go under this video right now and hit that subscribe button. I want you to call incredible family, hit that subscribe button. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. And meantime, coming up next is Mornings Crypto, and then Noontime's Holidays LA. And with that, let's go into the big breaking news as we go into the second half of today's video across the board. Well, here we go, folks. The incredible details as we start a big second half is that the recon is going to the finish line. Connectivity shows excellent at the moment, so that's good news across the board. If you're just joining me, we're having a connectivity issue today because of very bad storms here in Southern California, and it may continue throughout the day. All right, so here we go. The recon is becoming a law. Chuck Schumer represents that the recon will become a law by Christmas. And another quote that he often puts out is that the recon will get passed by the Senate by Christmas. So let's analyze the situation. There's two very different quotes. One, becoming law by Christmas. The other one is passing the Senate by Christmas. For purposes of this analysis, I'm using December 24th as Christmas, this coming Friday. Not this Friday, but the Friday after that. So do I think he can get it passed by the Senate by Christmas Eve? Absolutely. Absolutely, he can do it by the 24th. Why? Because he needs the Senate floor vote, the 2-day vote-a-rama in the Senate, and that's 3 days. Well, he wants to start the voting next coming Monday, and Christmas, the 24th, is Friday. That's 5 days to do 3 days of voting. Very simple. Now, the other quote he says is he wants to make it a law by Christmas Eve. Can he get that done? That is really tight. Why? Because over the last year, you've seen how the House can vote. Sometimes the House can vote in a matter of a few hours. Sometimes it takes 2 days to vote. So if the House did a very quick vote, they can get it done. If they don't get a quick vote, it may not get it in that time frame. Why? Because then you have Senate floor, Senate vote-a-rama 2 days, and then House floor, that's 3 days, 4 days at least, and you got 5 days to get it done. Very, very tight. What is the takeaway? That the takeaway is that the recon is becoming law by at least the 27th, the 28th, the 29th. My prediction is it's becoming law the next 2 days after Christmas. Now, why do I think it's happening? For three incredible reasons, and this is great news across the board. The situation is totally different today. The situation is totally different. Why? Number one, the conservative and liberal analysts out there both agree that the recon is becoming law by the end of December. So everyone agrees upon that, like me. Number two, the most pragmatic, intellectual, and most long-standing Senate Democrats all believe it's going to become a law in December. Why? Because there are several key provisions in this fourth stimulus recon, the continuation from third stimulus. The way the fourth stimulus is written, it says we will continue the existing law. So they have to get it done before the law expires. Otherwise, they have to go rewrite the bill. And those provisions are set to expire January 15th, but they have to do this back in mid to late December. Number three, there's a clear plate and a clear calendar schedule now freed up because of a procedural agreement during secret meetings starting before Halloween. We just learned about 2 days ago. It came after Leader McConnell reached out to Leader Schumer and said, I don't want to have any more procedural battles with you. I want to do everything procedurally, nonpartisan. You can do substantively what you want to do, but procedurally, I don't want to have any battles with you. And that is why the debt limit is becoming law. That is why the defense spending bill is becoming law, and that everything is cleared off their schedules of those senators with the exception of the recon. It's huge. It's incredible. It's wonderful. So I certainly believe this recon has become a law. Now remember, you need to watch every single video every single day for the next 14 days because the language of the bill is going to get changed. The provisions are going to get changed. They're going to come in and come out. And as soon as it becomes law, you want to pounce like a purple hawk, and get that money first because it's first come, first serve. So let's go over all those incredible checks. These multiple checks that pay at least $15,000 starting right now. They got in there the paid leave. Wow, this is incredible. This is a lot of money. $1,700 will make $70,000 or more per year. $35,000 annual salary, $800 a year. If you make $15,000 annual salary, it's $400 a week. Sorry, a week, not a year, a week. Now, how many weeks per year? Up to 4 weeks per year. Yeah, so on the high end, it's $5,000 to $6,000. It's incredible. If you don't work but live with your son or daughter, I see the stream is having troubles again. Keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed. We're having bad storms here in Southern California. If you live with your son or daughter, then they would get the check every time they have to take off from work to take you to the doctor. That is incredible. They got in there also the incredible money for the SALT cap, raising it up. It's currently $10,000. They're going to raise it up to $72,500 of what you can deduct in state and local taxes. They got in there $40 billion of free job training, huge across the board, which is very important because millions of Americans want to get that free job training. Let me jump in the live chat and see how you are all doing. How y'all doing? How you all doing? Keep on dropping messages in the live chat so I can see that you're there. It shows I lost you. It shows I lost you. Let me press something and see if I can re-grab you. So let's see. Maybe I can just go right back into a feed, and maybe I can just sort of see again. Maybe you'll just come right back in. So I guess I lost everyone. So it's just me by myself. I will re-upload this video so you can see it another time. But we're back live again, so maybe people will see that I'm back live again. That's the beauty of the internet. You can just end one feed and start another feed. They got in there the one of the best provisions, which is the cheaper medication, cheaper insurance. Millions of Americans are looking for that cheaper insurance, as 12 Republican states vowed to never provide the funding for Obamacare. So the Democrats got a workaround plan providing years of subsidized private insurance to low uninsured people in those incredible states. Wow. Then brings us to the best provisions of the entire recon, which is the big money for the housing. There's 6 provisions in this incredible provision for housing, and those 3 are brand new, which are the weatherize your home, first time home purchases, and also the weatherize your home. The other 3 provisions are repeat from something you recognize, and they are rent, utilities, and mortgage assistance. And with that, you don't have to wait for fourth stimulus to become law. You can get it right today from third stimulus, and let's turn to that right now. That incredible third stimulus money is available right now, and get your pen and paper out. And if you have that newsletter, get it in front of you, because guess what? That money is available for you right now. And how much does it pay? Well, here you go. This is your holiday stimulus. Viewers on average are getting about $5,000 over the last 2 weeks. It is absolutely incredible. This money is available across the board. And what is it? Rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and you're available for it. Let's take a step back. 2 weeks ago, we all understood that fourth stimulus is not going to put money in your wallet before Christmas, but that third stimulus could, and viewers didn't know this. Viewers had thought that if they had gotten third stimulus before, they couldn't get it again. You can't. And they thought if they hadn't gotten it, it had been used up. Well, it was not. It was still available with another round of money. And that is why I brought third stimulus back in this recording, to show you how to get that big money. Very simply, that if you got your rent and utilities and mortgage assistance paid, for example, and you don't have to pay it for the month of December, don't have to pay it for January, February, that is thousands of dollars freed up, keeping in your wallet, and you can go put that to buying some holiday gifts. And that's exactly what viewers have done. Let's take a step back. In December 2020, we had the same situation. It was the end of first stimulus going into second stimulus. And second stimulus wasn't coming. You needed money for rent. You need money for bills. You need money for holiday gifts. And I said, go get that money for rent. It's available right now. Not a lot of it. It was then. It was first stimulus into second stimulus. Tyrone and his family in Boston got that money for rent at the time, $15,000. It freed up his bills. It allowed him money to go get that money for the rent. Then, at the same time, I had a preview of a new body of legislation coming out. And I said, this is very fascinating. I'm going to call this third stimulus. I coined the expression on this channel. And I said, when third stimulus becomes law, there's a $1,400 stimulus check in there, but I think I can get you $15,000. Wow. As soon as it became law, I said, you can pounce faster because you're a purple hawk. You know exactly what the money is. And more importantly, you've done this before. And when it became law, you did so well. You got in there, you didn't get $15,000, you got $45,000, and that's incredible. And there are some people coming on back into the live chat. You're just joining me back in the live chat. What's going on is we're having big storms of connectivity right now, and those storms here in Southern California are causing big power outages. So I'm trying to keep the live feed. I just repressed the live feed to see if you could come back into the live chat. So the great news is that you can get that money available right now. Let's go over those incredible success stories for today. And if you missed any part of this video, I'm going to re-upload it later today. So Amy says, thank you for your unprecedented dedication, helping your viewers attain the financial help during these uncertain times. Your extensive coverage of detailed information has been a blessing to so many. Your demeanor is always pleasant, positive, witty, and a pillar of hope for the American people. She's in Kentucky. This was a message before the horrible tornadoes that ravaged that state and neighboring states. So send your prayers out to them. But her message was very loud and clear. There's money available everywhere, so go get that money, even in rural Kentucky. She had gotten 2 rounds of utilities earlier this year from this channel. She got another round. She had gotten 1 round of rent. She got another round. And then she got food stamps. And she says, you're a blessing, incredible God blessing. I appreciate that. Hope your family is safe, Amy, and your husband. We have Judy, and Judy was incredible. She said, you're Jesus in disguise. I appreciate that, Judy. Judy heard my reporting. She got this money back in December 2020. She got $3,000, paid all her bills during the holiday season. So she heard from me that this was available again, and she got it. This last week, she got $3,000 for her December, January, February rent, and she said now she's able to get those Christmas gifts I've always wanted for my loved ones. I've been listening since March 2020. I've been telling my friends and family about it, and they're getting their mortgage and food assistance. I'm going to get rent next year as well. You're the best. I really appreciate that. And there's Sandra. She got money as well. There we are. Then we have Tonya, who got money for Amber. Congratulations. We have Thornton Diaz, who got 4 more months of rent. We have Chef John Meyer, who got additional sums of money. Deborah got 6 months of rent. Congratulations to her, $4,000. We have Lynn Glenn, you know her. She got additional round of 4 rent. She got rent earlier this year. Lorica, she got free food to the end of this year. Robin says you're an angel in disguise. I appreciate that, Robin. She got 3 rounds from one utilities and 3 rounds from another utilities. We have D. Miller, who got 4 more months of rent. And then we have Madonna, who got 3 rounds just a few days ago. I love the story about Kathy Cheney. She got about $6,000. She says, you are godsend. Love you back, Kathy. And then we have the incredible story of Morel, who got 3 rounds, and May Lou, who heard my recordings this week and got another round. So May Lou earlier got about $5,000. Guess what? I have an update about May Lou that impacts you coming up in the final 5 minutes of this video. And let's end with Chris, because Chris is incredible. He got $10,000 from this earlier this year. And that $10,000 at that time he thought was the last pound of money he can get. No, you can get more money. He went back and he got another $5,000. I see the room is starting to fill up. We're having a connectivity problem again. So please understand, because of the storms, the connectivity is starting to cause problems all day long. We're trying to do as much of a live feed as I can. If I can't, then we'll see what we're doing. So get that pen and paper ready and newsletter ready, and let's go over that incredible money you can get right now for that rent. And boy, is it incredible. It was no less than 3 months ago that when we were looking at the rent, it was $20,000 to $30,000. Well, the rent has gone up a lot. And what is it now? It is upwards of $40,000. Let's look at that graphic. If you're in the live chat, it really helps if you can keep on posting comments in the chat. Just keep on saying hello or hi or happy holidays. I see Dragon. I see Susie Hampton. Keep on posting your live chat so I can see you're connected. I show excellent connectivity at the moment, so that is good. Let's go over these incredible sums of money. Here is what it was 3 months ago. Now it's upwards of $40,000. So where are the places you get that rent from? Are you ready? Get your pen and paper. You reach out to your city hall, your city house authority, your county hall, your county house authority, your state hall, and your state house authority. And the keywords you're going to say are rent assistance because of COVID, rent or mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. There are 3 musts you must do. You must get applications on file everywhere. You must reach out to all 6 places, and you must get multiple rounds. So if you got 1 round earlier this year, get another round today. If you got a round yesterday from one organization, get another round from another organization today. When we turn to the utilities, it says, wow, it's gone up a lot. Mark's brother-in-law got $15,000. It's huge. Again, you're going to reach out to all utility companies, utility assistance because of COVID, SNAP. If you got third stimulus, continue to get that money for third stimulus. You want to keep on getting that big money for third stimulus. Keep on posting your chats, comments in the live chat. I want to make sure you are there. There is James, and there is Michael Glass, and there's Geronimo, and there's Hayes. How are you? If you're just joining me, there is a big storms here in Southern California that's causing lots of connectivity problems across the board, even problems in uploading videos. So get that snap you get from the Department of Agriculture. Then you want to get those combo items. Start with Nisi and Art Sullivan. They got 3. You want to get 3 as well. Mark was at 2 items. He got the third, brought him from $32,000 to $50,000. Now he's at over $100,000 across the board. Lorraine, she was at 105. Now she's at 120. So let's turn to the incredible details of what's happening with Johnny's incredible story. And Johnny truly embodies how we do it. A 3-part story. Part 1 of Johnny's incredible story started a few weeks ago when he was watching these videos. Started the week at 0 on Monday. By Wednesday, he got 3 programs approved. $45,000. He listened very carefully to where I say, keep on getting other sums of money, and he did. And by the end of the week, he had 7 programs approved. Why is this important? Why do I like this? Because Johnny clearly made 15 phone calls. You're going to get a 20 to 50% rejection rate when you're making the phone calls. So he had to get 15 phone calls to get 7 approvals. How much did he get in those 5 days? $80,000. There you go. For anyone who says, I made one phone call, I got a no, you're doing it right because you're going to get some no's. Keep on making those phone calls. Number two, second part of Johnny's story, followed the following Monday. He reached out to his two family members. He said, I got $80,000 last week from LALATE. They said, I've heard about him. Where'd you get the money from? He said, third stimulus. He said, Johnny, how come I don't hear about this in broadcast media? He says, they don't cover it. Let me show you. He did. And by the end of the week, they went from non-believers to believers, each getting $50,000. It's incredible. The third part of Johnny's incredible story came 2 Sundays ago. I was watching Sunday Night Football, and there were viewers in the live chat. How are you? There's Roxanne, and there is Bill. If you're in the live chat, keep on posting that you're there so I make sure you are joining us in this incredible broadcast. So what happened was Johnny had said people kept on coming over the house, asking him to watch the videos, explain to him what this third stimulus was, and he helped them. How many people did he help? 32. How much did he get them? $850,000. Yes, you can do this as well. So go right in the video right now and become a member today. Get that incredible newsletter so you get all these big sums of money available right now. This is third stimulus, and it's available in the newsletter. It comes out Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system and the LALATE alert system. It features the places you get this money from, the 6 places you reach out to. It features the keywords you say. It features the 3 musts, and it features stuff not covered in this video, like the 5 nonprofits. What do the 5 nonprofits pay for? What does that one nonprofit pay for the home repairs? It also features the important statement from Treasury you want to read before reaching out to get those incredible sums of money. And with that, let's go back into 4 stimulus where we left off at when talking about the housing provisions. So the housing provisions have 3 new housing provisions in there, and the first one is the big money. I'm having problems even saying something. Is the big money for the home repairs. This would be for low-income families. For the weatherize your homes, all types of families, and then for the first-time home purchases, this would be money given from the sellers, from the U.S. government to the sellers in your name during the escrow period. Let's go back to that recon. So what are the other incredible provisions of that recon? $150 billion of free home health care for seniors, people on disabilities, $550 Pell Grant check for my college students, and then the incredible $12,500 for the purchase of a new electric vehicle, which then brings us to one of the best provisions of this entire recon, which is the money for cheaper medication. Day one, 20 medications will be dramatically discounted, and those are the most expensive medications across the board, like cancer, arthritis, and diabetes, the most expensive medications of Medicare Part B and D. It'll grow to 30 medications by the year 2028. Cannot increase more than the rate of inflation per year. And if they do increase more than the rate of inflation, then there's a penalty provision. Penalty provision? You can't have a penalty provision, says Pat Toomey, the GOP senator. Well, that is what the parliamentarian is set to do in the next 24 to 48 hours. The Senate parliamentarian is set to do what's called the birdbath and determine what programs stay in there and what programs go out. And penalty provision likely coming out. Paid leave, battleground. The immigration reform coming out. If you're in the live chat, post your comments right now so I see that you're there. Those items across the board will keep on coming in. I see some connectivity, so I think we're good. There is Susie, and there is Dee Jones, and there's Teresa Sanchez. How are you? Well, that paid leave, if it comes out, then it frees up a lot of cash. Remember, if a program comes out of the recon because of the bird bath, the money gets reallocated to another program across the board. And with that, let's go back into those final provisions that are in that incredible recon. They are in there also. The universal pre-kindergarten, brand new, 1 year. The Pell Grant, we went over that. The housing, we went over that. The nutrition, we went over that. But the provisions that are continuation for the third stimulus are, first, the CTC, child tax credit, 1 more year. The earned income tax credit for the hazard pay workers, 1 more year. And the care for the young children, back end check, 1 more year as well. So what are those set of changes? I'll be going over those in just a second, but let's take a detour for just a blink of an eye over to that student loan debt forgiveness. That student loan debt forgiveness is huge, and the offer on the table is there. The president has offered to forgive $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness for all individuals across the board. The Democrats should take it. The president already forgave student loan debts for individuals who became disabled after graduation, went to work in the nonprofit sector and the public sector after graduation. Then, fifth stimulus and COLA raise. Your benefits are going up 5.9% January 1 because of COLA. Now, I'm seeing a lot of people saying their SNAP benefits are being reduced. Yeah, very confusing because your SNAP benefits went up 25% in October, but because you're getting more money because of benefits, your SNAP benefits will get readjusted down just down a little bit across the board. This stimulus comes right behind it and says you're not getting paid enough, so it wants to raise your benefits up one big time. Lifetime, then apply a new benchmark starting December 2022. Remove the asset cap, remove the income cap, and remove the marriage penalty. Meantime, you know what today is, you know what tomorrow is. December 14th and December 15th are two critical days for the Federal Reserve. Later today, we're going to get the first insight of what's happening with the Federal Reserve. You need to know this because it's very important for you. The Federal Reserve is going to announce its policies for next year for where it's going with this economy. Two issues at hand, tapering and interest rate spikes. When the pandemic first hit, the Federal Reserve was deeply concerned that there would be a run on banks because people didn't know what COVID was, and that there wouldn't be liquidity in the economy. So the Federal Reserve stepped in and started buying mortgage-backed securities. After a while, it became clear they did not need to do that anymore, but kept on doing it. So they understood they had to taper, start removing this slowly. A month ago, we thought the tapering was going to be slow, and we thought there would be one interest rate spike at the end of December 2022. But that's no longer the situation today. Today and tomorrow, we will see if my predictions are true, that I believe, one, the tapering will be fast, and number two, the interest rate spikes will be two of them, not one next year, and the first one will be very soon in Q1. Why? Three economic data points that have come in the last week and a half are very, very strong. First, the unemployment number. Wall Street, the Federal Reserve, and White House officials were looking for an unemployment number by 2022. We are almost already at that number. The lowest unemployment number since the Great Depression, since the 1960s. The job participation number, great. That is people on the sidelines coming back to the workforce. Then last Thursday, the new unemployment claims number coming in. 189,000 new unemployment claims that week. This is huge. Because pre-pandemic, we were 225. We're better than pre-pandemic. We are better than even a month ago, which was in the 300 to 400,000 range. And certainly we're not the 1 million from during the earliest months of COVID. Number three, the inflation number that came in last Friday. This is where I need to get myself a pat on the back. Because during the summer, the Federal Reserve was saying that the inflation rate in December was going to be 1-2%. I said, no, it's too low. It's going to be higher. Wall Street saying 2-3%. I said, no, it's going to be higher. Jeremy Siegel said 20%. I said, not that high. I said 10% initially. And then I felt that I was a little too high. It came down to 5%. The Federal Reserve was saying in the spring that inflation was going to go up with this hand gesture I did at the time, transitory, temporary, and then come back down, a temporary spike. I said, it's not. I said, it's going to go up and stay up for a while until it comes back down. Guess what? Last Friday, my numbers came true. It came in the inflation rate at 6.9%, and it's not going down anytime fast, anytime soon. That is why three economic factors going into the Federal Reserve meetings December 14th and 15th signal that the Federal Reserve is likely to taper faster, remove that asset-backed mortgage security buying faster, and do not one but two interest rate spikes in 2022, and the first one sooner. And with that, we go into the final minutes with my commentary of what is happening with those senators, what is happening with that recon, what is happening with the vote, and what is happening with your wallet. Get your pen and paper ready, because here is where we go. If you're just joining this live chat, I'll explain to you what has happened. Throughout the day, there's going to be very bad storms here in Southern California, and those storms are causing connectivity for a live show. And even for uploading a video, it's difficult. So give me some time. This show initially started as one live feed, and then I replaced the live show so you can come back in. But you're going to see this entire video in tape format, re-uploaded again later today in case you miss anything. Here you go. The recon, will it become a law in December? Absolutely. I believe it will. Will the recon become a law before Christmas? I think it's really tight, folks. I think it's really, really tight. It can. There's enough days. But I think it's very, very tight. And I don't think it really makes much of a difference because they can do it on the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Done. Are you going to get any money from fourth stimulus recon before Christmas? No. You knew that. I knew that for over 2 weeks. Number three, are you getting any money from forced stimulus in the month of December? No. Highly unlikely, because there's not enough days to get that money out in the mail to you. So that is why third stimulus is so important. I brought third stimulus back in this channel because I've done this before. You've done this before. We've done this as a family before. In December 2020, we had first stimulus, which was this small, that had nothing for rent in there practically. Very little money for first stimulus for rent. We had to lean on the nonprofits, and we did it. We conquered it. We got our rent paid in December 2020 so you could keep an extra $1,000 in your wallet and go out and buy those Christmas gifts. Well, that's what we've been doing this week as well and last week, and we continue to do it. It's a full work schedule week, so you need to be on the phone getting that rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, food, SNAP, and leaning on those nonprofits to get those sums of money. How does this work? Just as Judy said when she said you're a God sent an angel in disguise. It's very simple, very, very simple concept. You have to pay money to the landlord for the rent normally. Well, what if you don't have to pay the money to the landlord because someone else paid the money for you? Then you have that extra cash in your wallet, and that extra cash in your wallet can be dedicated to holiday gifts. And that's what Judy said. She did this last year with this channel. She's doing it right now. So how do you get more of this money? And where is that more money right now? This is great news. So here you go. If you got this $5,000 in the last 2 weeks, here's how to get more of it. Number one, go through your notes and see which of the utilities you haven't gotten. And that's what May Lou did. I said, you have probably 4 utilities. You don't have 2. So get that third or fourth paid. And you have. May Lou did at least. She got an extra $700. That's another $700 for holiday gifts. So look for that utilities company you did not get paid, the bill paid for. Number 2, get an additional round. How do you get an additional round at the same time? Here's an example. Let's say you got organization 1 to pay your rent for October, November, December. Well, go get organization number 2 to pay your rent for January, February, March. That is a way you can get an additional wad of cash in your wallet. Next, let's go over where we were, where we are, and where we're going. We're going through a storm and we're having connectivity problems all day. Where do you think we're going? Yeah, that's what's going on. How is everyone in the live chat? Let me jump in the live chat. I see Dragon again, and I see Team Pasani, and I see Joannis. I think I'm butchering that. Oannis. I see Clifford. How Clifford are you? I see Teresa Sanchez. How are you? Keep on posting your comments in the live chat so I can see you. I can see myself, so that's good. We have very bad storms here in Southern California, so there'll be connectivity problems all day long for live feeds, and uploading is going to be very, very difficult. All right, so where were we, where are we going, and where we're going forward? This channel was always an informational channel, educational, news, how-to, financial news channel. It was on day one. I pressed on day one recording to explain to people, how do you get your EIDL loan approved if you applied and it's not getting funded? How do you get FPUC? No one had ever heard of this. How do you get PUA, a brand new program? What are the questions and answers you do when you're doing that PUA application? It was all how to. When I moved into this space in December last year, in October, September of last year, and I started covering the subject matter, I showed people how to get the big money under second stimulus. I showed you how to get the big money coming from third stimulus. It was always how to. And now, as we're in the cusp of the passage of the biggest recon we've ever seen in the history of the channel, you should be ecstatic. But there's a couple things you need to do. Number one, you need to have a pen and paper when you're watching the videos. Take notes of every check I mentioned, program. And if it's a check that you want, write it down. Then put question marks next to it if there's something you don't understand. I understand this provision. I understand that one. I understand that one. Bring those questions, log them all together, because we're having a new live show with interactivity coming to this channel shortly, in which I'm going to answer your questions, because as soon as it becomes live, you're going to pounce as a purple hawk, and get that money before anyone else. I had a viewer 2 days ago said she has these conversations about forced stimulus with her neighbor. Forced stimulus, her neighbor doesn't even know about it. And she says, and I said, the reaction is, that's a situation. This is, you're an elite group. You have attained information, you have attained skills, you have attained information and education. And now you're able to do stuff that your neighbor and your sister and your brother may not be able to do because they haven't taken the time to watch the videos. Now, I want you to really make a promise to yourself that you'll watch every video every single day for the next 14 days, because these programs are going to change. They're going to change, and the amounts are going to change, the eligibility is going to change. And as soon as it becomes law, you have to be ready to get the money right after the bat. I had someone jump in the live chat yesterday, said, what day is the SS200 under forced stimulus going to pay out? That was a person that's just not listening to the video. not listening to the video, looking for something that they may have heard about 7 months ago and not paying clear attention. You got to do these things right away and right quickly. And when you do, you clean up really, really well. Takeaway is that one, third stimulus is paying now. You can clean up under this third stimulus right now, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. You can absolutely get more money. It's going to continue to pay in early next year because you'll be able to get another round. There's so much of this money. Fourth stimulus is going to become law. And when it becomes law in the next few days, you're going to be ready to pounce. How are you different than other people? You have to sort of accept, and I have accepted, that you are going to be an elite group different from other people. Who are those other people? Donut guys and donut gals. There, you will see them swarming around. As soon as the recon becomes law, you know exactly when it becomes law. They're going to jump in the live chat and say, so what day is it landing in my bank account? And we're going to be sitting back saying, oh, you're back. Hi, good to see you again. How are you? Donut guy and donut gal is not going to have a good year. They're not going to have a good year because they started the year $1,400 and they end the year $1,400. They're not going to make a single penny in the entire year from any of these recons because they did not want to learn. This channel is always about showing you how to learn, showing you how to get the money. And they didn't really want to learn. They always thought that everything was just sort of in my hand, in my mailbox, in my direct deposit, and just tell me when it's landing, how much, and am I going to get it, and how many of those am I going to get? No, that was never third stimulus. It was never really the core first stimulus. And it's certainly not fourth stimulus. And that is why you're going to be an elite group, because you've taken the time to learn all the information. Now, if you're looking at a check and you don't understand a provision, that's fine. Make those notes. We're going to have a live show coming to this channel in which I'm going to be answering your questions and go over each of these incredible checks. Meantime, there's so much to anticipate in the next few days. One, I need you to get every single penny you can from third stimulus right now. Number two, I want you to get those extra add-ons, those extra utilities if you haven't gotten those as well. Number three, I want you to get them as far into the future as possible, like Judy, who got it all the way into February. I want you to get there comes the feed. Problem with the live feed again. I want you to get that money as far into the future as possible. Then what I want you to do is I want you to be laser focused on what you are eligible for and how you're eligible for that money under fourth stimulus. Because when it becomes law, you're going to be the first to hit and get that incredible sums of money. Coming up today on this channel is a lot of excitement. There is Noontime's holiday show at 11 a.m. live on the air. I'm just biting my tongue when I say live on air because I have no idea if I can get a live stream working today. Oh, we're still connected. Oh, I lost you again. I lost you again. So that's good. I got you for 25 minutes till I lost you again. Sorry, bye. You know, I'm now on tape mode again, so I will upload this video later today. Maybe it's going to go right after this video. I will try to do morning's crypto live on air. I don't know if that's even worth the effort. And then we're back today on afternoons LALATE and evenings LALATE, a full slate of program across the board. What a day it's going to be. Please do not send me those private messages. Your connectivity is really bad. Yeah, I know. There's something going screwy with your internet. I know. Thank you. Meantime, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Go under this video and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and consider becoming a member. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful day. Join me next if you can, if the connectivity is there, as Noontime heats up. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.